we're going to try this again. So, this year, I have been going on somewhat of a comedy journey with different styles that I love, different programs that I love, different genres of comedy, and I think I've come to a solid conclusion that I quite love niche 1980s to 90s dark comedy. Probably says a lot about me. Interspersed with a bit of slapstick violence as well. So basically this started in September, October last year, when I did a course with John Scott and Cal's Comedy Club, and it was for the the Newcastle Comedy Festival, and I did a show, like a five minute routine or whatever, at the Chili Arms in Heaton, and it was one of the most scariest things I've ever done, because it's like I had to completely strip back what I knew about poetry and do it completely differently. Sorry about that, that is kids in Becca. But yeah, so I had to completely strip that back and like do one of my poems as a comedy. And what I did was, I was actually quite proud of it. I went to Silent Disco in February last year, wrote a poem about it, turned out it was probably better as a comedy, and then did it about that. It was quite funny. I really enjoyed it. And and basically, you know what, like, it got me thinking about who I loved who I loved comedian wise, and I would have said Bill Bailey at the time, or Tim Minchin, or Bo Burnham. Now them three are probably very, very similar in style, because they're all very musical, and they're all like, especially Bill Bailey, because Bill Bailey can play like hundreds of the instruments and stuff like that. But then, like, after doing that comedy course and then doing the performance, Gary introduced me to a show called Inside Number fucking 9. You knew this was coming. And then basically it was on my radar. Inside Number 9 was on my radar because it was like, you know, it sounded interesting. I knew of it in those couple of years because it was just sort of in the background. My brain wasn't probably ready for that time of my life. Like, my brain wasn't ready for this time of my life. Comedy, you know, styles of comedy. And basically discovering Inside Number 9, I feel like it was a fucking core memory. Like, I don't know what happened, but something changed that day. I can't remember the exact day when it happened, but oh my god, the first ever episode Gary introduced me to of Inside Number 9 was 3x3. And if you're completely brand new to Inside Number 9, 3x3 is probably your best bet, because then it completely lures you in to a false sense of safety, because you think you're just watching a weird fucking game show, and then the bloody lassie gets killed. Then the lassie gets killed at the end. Hashtag spoilers. Couldn't give a fuck. And then I turned to Gary and I was like, what is this? Like, what is this you introduced me to? I need to watch more. Then I think it might have been Merrily Merrily, the next one. And then it just, no, definitely, no, hang on, yeah, no, it was definitely Merrily Merrily, the next one. And then it was another one. But just, and then I think it was Quiet Night In. And then Sardines. And the one that got us, of course, Bernie Clifton's Dressing Room. Bernie Clifton's Dressing Room, of course. So we binge watched them in like one night in April last year. So it was in my radar. It was like in the vernacular. And then December came round. So it was in that realm of that time where I was like, I want to watch more of this show. So it was December. The series had finished in June, so that was probably already too late to have discovered that Stage Fright was playing at the fucking Wyndhams. But yeah, basically, I became obsessed. It was like the end of December. It was like Christmas, and I spent a lot of Christmas Day, Boxing Day, and that week, little bits, just watching little episodes, and then bam, in January, I just watched the whole lot. Just watched the whole lot. And then that's it. My brain was just rewired, and I was thinking, oh my god, the writing of these men, like, oh. And then that then led me to then explore Reese and Steve's past stuff, which was Psychoville, of course. Love Psychoville, especially the Halloween special. And then that led me down another rabbit hole. You can see where this is going. League of Gentlemen. Oh my god, League of Gentlemen. I sort of spent 7 minutes talking about bloody Inside Number 9. So League of Gentlemen. Oh my god, the minute I discovered that, right? Oh, the League of Gentlemen. Just, oh my god. Right, it took me I'm not gonna lie, it took me a couple of episodes for me to get used to it. Gary did try to introduce Papa Lazarou to us, and I was like, what the fuck is that? Like, what the fuck is that? And I'm not gonna lie, it took us a couple of episodes to get into it. And by 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, oh my god, I was obsessed. Oh my god, I was so obsessed. I love this show so much. The way they get into the characters, the way they get into the... I see, I've got a whole bloody video dedicated about the fucking League of Gentlemen and that, and oh my god, I love it so much. It's just like the imagery, the horror genre. Oh my god. Oh. So good. Just the lines, the writing. Need to watch the 3rd series again, because for a lot of people it is now their favourite. So then watching that then led me to, was it the Fast Show? Yeah, it was the Fast Show. So going from League of Gentlemen to the Fast Show. So then I watched all of the Fast Show. That only took me one episode. I loved that one. For me, that was one of the most mind-blowing things, to find out that a lot of catchphrases that we use on a daily basis, like Scorchio, does my bum look big in this? No offence. That which was nice. Ryan, really? Like, these shows, like, these man obviously knew of. Oh my god, I was like, oh, this is from this show. This is from this show. And then I get so excited. Thought about my special interest was niche 1990s fucking comedy. Oh my god, so then the Fast Show. So then that led us on to the Fast Show. And then I'm never gonna watch, and I'm never gonna watch Harry Potter the same way again, as because of Mark Williams and Arthur Weasley and stuff like that, and obviously J.K. Rowling and all that shit, but still. Just certain catchphrases that I start saying every day, no offence, which was nice. You can't say my right, you can't say my right. And nice, welcome to Jazz Club, nice. Well, I was trying to do an impression of them, so it's totally them. My brain just no. And then you can see where this is going. Then it led on to Reeves and Mortimer. So that was around about the same time Reeves and Mortimer came out, like in '94. So then started watching all of the the Smell of Reeves and Mortimers. Pissed myself laughing watching them. And then had a little bit of a break for about a month, I would say, of comedies and stuff like that. You know, then people were recommending The Young Ones and Bottom, and I was like, don't know if that's my thing, don't know if it's my thing. Famous last fucking words, there, yeah. Famous last fucking words. Decided to watch a bit of Bottom. Pissed myself laughing even more. Pissed myself laughing even more. Bottom is so funny. Oh my god. Like, I'm just getting into Bottom now. And because I started reading, I read Adrian Edmondson's autobiography, Berserker. That's so touching and really mean and good and stuff like that. So reading that got me into Young Ones and my brain's gone. Bottom. So very deep hyper focuses of Bottom and Young Ones at the minute. So currently we're at Bottom and Young Ones. There was a few that I've tried. Some honourable mentions this year. I'm going to say the Mighty Boosh. Mighty Boosh is okay. Maybe I could give that another chance, actually. I think just the Mighty Boosh is an honourable mention. But definitely Bottom and Young Ones, League of Gentlemen, Psychoville, and Fast Show. So if I had to do a top 5 right now, I would say I would put League of Gentlemen at number 1, definitely. Yeah, so League of Gentlemen at number 1. I'm gonna put the Bottom at number 2, Fast Show at number 3. No, oh my god. No, wait there. No, yeah, Fast Show at number 3, Young Ones at number 4, Reeves and Mortimer at number 5. But then I might change the Young Ones to number 3. I don't know yet. So I'm still on this journey of trying to find new niche comedies And the thing I love about The Smell of Reeves and Mortimer is Bob Mortimer. Bob Mortimer is just fucking nuts. That man is just fucking nuts. Because I read his autobiography again, and it was just like this. I'm like, has this man lived like 1,000 lives? Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? And I love him on Would I Lie to You and that, and he's hilarious on Would I Lie to You, and 49,000, take out his teeth. 49,000, fuck's sake. Oh my god. And then I like the Fast Show because it's very fast, very quick, very, very, very witty, very witty. Black. Maybe I want to see that live this year. I think that would be a good little thing to look forward to, actually, to see Fast Show live. The Young Ones is an interesting one because I haven't watched all of the episodes yet. I've got 5 and 6 to go, and I know I know that The Young Ones was very popular when it came out. Just, oh my god, I am Rick. I am the people's poet. With a dash of Vivian and blather problems of Neil. Bottom, oh my god, Bottom is just, I adore the way Aid and Rick just thinking of each other, just like, whoa, like just the way they are doing all of that, like, all the time, like, just punching each other all the time, and like how they did it and how it's choreographed, and how and obviously Reeves and Mortimer did the exact same thing. Along with Reeves and Mortimer, they were very different because obviously they did Shooting Stars as well, which is quite funny as well, but like, it's like their show was like interspersed with sketch in the studio and a random singing number, and then they hit each other over with the frying pans. So possibly inspired by Bottom. So we'll see how we get on from August to December. There could be more comedies to discover in that realm of comedies, that genre of comedies. Weird, fucked up, dark, bit of slapstick violence and language from the 1990s or 1980s. That is my shtick. And yep, I have yapped on for 19 minutes about this shit. I don't care.